This is what the average home costs in San Diego in 2023. And this is what it costs now. The reason I want to look into this further is actually I'm very curious on how much someone needs to save to outsave the San Diego market. So that way they can keep the same mortgage payment if they were going to buy in the future. By the way, if you're in a different market than San Diego, you can actually apply a lot of the same frameworks and apply it to yours. This really piqued my curiosity because being in the mortgage industry, there was a lot of lenders talking about the Feds cutting 0.25% or even 0.5% in the September meeting. And what the lenders were doing was they were baking in the interest rate cuts in July and August. So you can see on this fancy chart showing average rates, how much in the last 2 months rates have come down. And I was getting very excited with the families I was helping. It was almost like we're running a marathon with them and we're at 26 miles and only 0.2 miles to go, right? Just at the finish line. Then end of August, the offers that were normally slam dunks were starting to get outbid. And that's where I felt my spidey senses tingling, giving me like 2021 vibes all over again with multiple offers on the table, people giving away their dogs just to submit an offer. It was crazy. And I was thinking to myself, I'm looking to upgrade my house in the next 1 to 2 years too. So my question was, how much do I need to save in order to keep the same mortgage payment if I'm going to buy next year?
Cost of living has skyrocketed.
Prices are so much higher than they used to be.
High inflation has been making headlines since 2021.
I'm going on this real estate data journey with you to really find out what's going on here. And maybe we can find this elusive savings rate and you can use it too on your home buying journey. Let's first find out what happened to home prices in San Diego and interest rates in the past 12 months. Home prices went up 10.3% in San Diego, and then interest rates went down, which is amazing, about 0.77%. What I wanted to do was take that past data and extrapolate it out into 2025. Following the same framework, if rates come down, more than likely home prices will go up. So let's see what that looks like. Will be about 1.134 million, and then projected interest rates will be right around 5.58%. Then I calculated the principal and interest payment, which you can see here. Okay, so let's actually take a quick side quest and talk about what actually affects your mortgage payment when home prices go up. Here's what's in your monthly mortgage payment. First is principal and interest, commonly known as P&I. The main factors that affect this is how much you borrow, as well as what your interest rate is. Next is property taxes. Most states, your property taxes are affected by the home value, meaning as home prices go up, property taxes go up too. In California, when you buy a home, you actually get to lock in your property taxes, kind of a nice way to fight against inflation. Next is homeowners insurance. This is gonna stay pretty consistent over time, generally speaking. And what you can actually do as a pro tip is reach out to your insurance agent, give them an idea of where you're looking at, and they'll be able to give you a rough idea of what your insurance monthly payment is gonna be. Lastly is gonna be PMI or private mortgage insurance. This usually applies if you put less than 20% down or if you have an FHA loan. And there obviously are gonna be some other miscellaneous items. And if you're buying an HOA, I didn't include it here, but usually that's paid separately from your mortgage payment. Now, back to the main quest here, you'll see that property taxes went up because home prices went up too. This is actually a very commonly overlooked factor. Then you can see the down payment also went up in order to keep the same 20% down. Simplifying this down even more, I'm showing here the differences between each data point. You'll notice that the principal and interest and property taxes have increased by $189 a month. So obviously your mortgage payment increases because of home prices going up. Chapter 3 now, the elusive savings rate. All right, so let's figure out how much we need to save in order to have the same mortgage payment if I were to buy in the future. And maybe we'll be able to find this elusive savings rate. And don't worry, at the end of the video, I'm also gonna share a number that you can actually use if you're buying below or above the average San Diego price. Here's what I know from the last section. I need to bring an extra $21,180 just to match the same down payment. But also to counteract, remember that $189 a month difference, I actually need to bring an extra $32,775 just to lower the payment $189. So I add those two up together, that's $53,995. Now let's take that number and divide by 12 and we get $4,499 a month. And this is what I call your net velocity of savings. In simple terms, how much money I need to save per month. So if I'm planning on buying close to the average San Diego home price, I'll need to save about $4,500 a month to keep my payment the same. But I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting this is actually after tax money. We all know Uncle Sam takes a lot, right?
Yep.
I actually went to the ADP website, very popular payroll company, plugged in some general numbers and figured out I would need roughly to make before taxes $5,880 per month, which is around $70,000 per year additionally, which equates to $33 an hour raise. And yeah, that's actually really shocking. So what I'm gonna need you guys to do is not buy any houses, because I'm trying to buy a house next year. Don't bid up the house prices. So some of these numbers are actually really shocking to me too, as I was jumping into the details. The way I'm looking at it, although they're shocking, is at least we have a number to hit, and I can use this and reverse engineer how much I need to save for my specific situation. And you can also use it too for your specific situation. And this actually leads me to a savings ratio. I'm gonna call it the San Diego savings rate, which is SDSR. So I repeated the same exercise for 500,000 all the way up to 1.2 million in 100K increments. And I did all that math so that way you guys don't have to bore yourself to death. Essentially, I took the results and averaged it over those amounts to get the magic number of 6.58%. So that's your 2024 SDSR, so San Diego savings ratio. And I'm actually gonna redo this exercise in 2025 as well, so make sure to subscribe to get those results next year. In order to get your before tax salary, I'm gonna walk you through the math here. You're going to take the home price, so let's say 700,000 times the San Diego savings ratio, which is 6.58. So we're gonna plug it into our iPhone here. So 700,000 times 0.0658, that'll get you right around 46,000. Then in order to get the hourly rate, you wanna take that number, 46,000, and divide it by 2,000. The exact number is actually 2,080, but this gets you close enough. So that'll get you $23 an hour. Now you can actually take that 6.58%, which is your San Diego savings ratio, and apply it to your specific scenario, whether that's 400,000 or 2 million or something in between. And remember, this gives you the before tax salary and your hourly that you need to save in order to keep the same mortgage payment if you were to buy in the future. And with that being said, if you found this video interesting, what I encourage you to do is hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so, and follow along for more home buying tips. And as always, I'm rooting for you. This is Nathan, signing out.